Let's go to the McMichael Bryan trial, the people that killed Ahmaud Arbery, right? So Travis McMichael, who is the son of the father-son duo, decided to take the stand. Now, this was quite interesting because he was crying what has been deemed as white tears. These white tears are something magnificent, obviously. Kyle Rittenhouse cried white tears. You now have Travis McMichael crying white tears. And it's amazing to me that this is the commonality. Get on the stand and just make people feel bad, right? You know, when you are a defense attorney, sometimes you are talking to the jury of one because you only need one to say, reasonable doubt. Now, that doesn't get you a not guilty, but it gets you a hung jury and you get to go home, okay? And then the prosecutor has to decide if they want to charge you again or not. Well, now Travis McMichael said, no, you got it all wrong. Ahmaud Arbery was a dangerous person. He was going to kill me. I was in fear for my life. Here's the testimony.
I shot him. Why? He had my gun. He struck me. It was obvious that he was. It was obvious that he was attacking me. That if he would have got the shotgun from me, then it was this is a life or death situation, and I'm going to have to stop him from doing this.
Yeah, I got more. Here's what happened under cross-examination from the prosecutor. Here it is.
And at this point in time, when you first see him on Burford, he's not reaching into his pockets.
No, ma'am. Not running, no, ma'am.
No. And he never yelled at you guys?
No, ma'am.
Never threatened you at all?
No, ma'am.
Never brandished any weapons?
Sorry, Your Honor, he's trying to finish his answer.
Yeah, he did not threaten me verbally, no, ma'am.
All right. Didn't brandish any weapons?
No, ma'am.
Didn't pull out any guns?
No, ma'am.
Didn't pull out any knife?
No, ma'am.
Never reached for anything, did he?
No.
He just ran?
Yes, he was just running.
Gives an idea of mens rea, the formulation of criminal intent, the thought process of the criminal act. Here's more.
She said, we've had a lot of trouble with thieves. It just worries me because my daddy is slap old crazy, LOL. He's old as dirt and doesn't care about jail. And you responded, that's what this world needs more of. My old man is the same way.
I did say that, yes, ma'am.
And then the next line is, you said, hell, I'm getting that way.
I did say that.
She said, have to make an example out of somebody. You said, that's right. Hope y'all catch the vermin, correct?
I did.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why bias and racism, this is why it is deadly. Here's the next one.
You made contact with the shady-looking white guy under the Fancy Bluff Bridge while armed, correct?
I did, yes, ma'am.
And your father had his gun on him, too, correct?
I believe he did. I would assume he did, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you brandish and show your weapons to the man?
I did not.
This was just some sort of pleasant conversation with the homeless guy under the bridge, is what you're telling this jury.
Yeah, it came pleasant once I split between him and the machete that he had there, and asked him what's going, how's he doing, what's going on. He stayed right where he was to continue to fish, and I didn't see a threat.
Let me make it very plain. The similarities in these cases, the McMichael Bryan case and the Kyle Rittenhouse case, you have white men who grab their weapons to go somewhere in order to use them. They ended up killing individuals who had no weapon and did not think that they would be killed just by being there. And then, after they commit the murders, there's ambiguity about if they should be charged with murder or not. People are scratching their heads. I mean, dead bodies, unarmed individuals. They have no lawful authority to do what they're doing. Still, the criminal justice system did not immediately swoop in and say, that's it, done deal, case closed, it's over for you. We had to fight to get to this point, okay? In the Glenn County case, the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery, it ran so deep that the DA ordered the cops not to arrest him. The DA has now been indicted for covering up a murder. Do you think this is the first time that DA covered up a murder? That DA has been in power for a long time down in the Glenn County circuit. You need to open the books on her. But she covered up a murder. She's been indicted for it. She's been indicted for it because of free press. People started looking into it. The GBI got involved. Senator Turner, they're taking a stand now saying, hey, we got it all wrong. They were actually the victims. Travis McMichael, the killer, says he was going to be killed. He had no choice. What are your thoughts?
Of course, he should have kept his behind at home. He testified that his father came in and said, oh, we think somebody is messing with property. You were at home. He said he was at home with his son, his mother, somebody's mama was there. And his father came in and said, I think I see the guy. Keep your behind at home and dial 911, and we wouldn't be in this situation. And then for him to intimate that somehow Aubrey was the aggressor with a straight face, like the pure unadulterated gall to say that he was in fear. But you know what, Doc, this ain't the first time. See, this is a pattern in American history. It's making me think of a book, and it was called The Negro, the Beast. And it was written at the beginning of the 20th century. I think it was 1900s, where this whole book was written. It reminds me of the movie Birth of a Nation, just laying out how God created Black people inferior, that we're just one level above the apes. See, this is the mentality that these people have. And just one more thing, can I just throw this out here?
Absolutely.
Remember the Dred Scott case of 1857? Well, Justice Tandy laid out how a lot of white folks thought then and think now, when he said they had for more than a century before been regarded as beings of inferior order and altogether unfit to associate with the white race, either in social or political relations, and so far inferior that they had no rights which the white man was bound to respect. Doc, that's it. That is how the McMichaels felt, that Aubrey had no rights that they were bound to respect. Call the police, even though that could be a death sentence too, but you ain't gonna posse up in a vehicle carrying your weapons, hunting down this Black man, and now you get to say you in fear of your life. Hell to the no.
Sister, you preaching nothing but the gospel truth. And the prerequisite these killers used was a citizen's arrest statute in Georgia. And by the way, that statute has been overturned. It was a bipartisan move to get rid of that citizen's arrest law. But they were even wrong about that law. The law says that you have to see somebody in the commission of a felony.
Yes.
Right? And it has to be at the same time that you make the citizen's arrest. They were all wrong. But here's the reality of what you're saying. Not only was there a de-evaluation of the life of Mr. Arbery from the McMichaels and Bryan, think about the responding officers who did not even require a legal explanation from the McMichaels as to why they killed Ahmaud Arbery. The police admitted there was no conversation about burglary, trespass, or anything else. Nothing else. They were allowed to go. Okay.
Yeah. Senior McMichael, don't forget, was a part of that police. He was in law enforcement. So that might be the reason.
Yeah, he worked for that DA at a time, and they were good friends, and she decided to commit one of the most atrocious acts by covering up a murder on the taxpayer dime. How comfortable can you be?
Come on.
I mean, I got some cats. Listen, Senator.
The more things change, Doc, the more they stay the same.
But I got to tell
nothing
you.
about no, Lord Jesus. They got me calling them Black Jesus.
I'm from a place on Glenwood Road. There's some cats that I was raised with. They have a different code they live by. Now, there's a lot they'll do, but they're not about to cover up the murder for somebody. You got to think about how evil and detrimental this DA is. to say, I'm
Yes.
willing to go on record and cover up an actual murder. That is a thug.